Hello, my name is Willie Easter Jr., and this is Easter Dare to Dream Films and Books. Peace. Well, hello and hello again. It's been since December since I last spoke with you. And I think at that time I was talking about CRC certification that was given to Gaston College. I returned to Gaston College back in January and finished located information and got my little state certificate, but it was a bronze because the way they grade these college programs is, to me, it's fraudulent because they don't give you an accurate grade. Let's say you make a silver in reading for information, a silver in locating information, but you get a bronze in applied mathematics. They're not going to give you the accurate grade. They're going to bring all the way down to the lowest grade. And when a potential employer sees that, they think, well, his grade has to be pretty low, but the actual grade is higher. And the only reason Gaston College do these programs anyway is to get funding and grants. They don't really care about the students there. But I went back and done it, not to prove anything to them, but that's basically just something I do for myself. Happy New Year, and as you can see over here on my computer over here, on the other one, I'm in the process of rendering a scene from Police. And there it is. Now this scene here is going to take place in the prison, where they're going to be having prisoners think that they're getting on the alias, when in actuality they're going to be being chosen to have their organs removed and given to the highest bidder, among the rich, that is. It's nearly complete. And my new book that's going to be published through easterj Publishing, entitled Best Poets of 2010, is almost ready for publication. As soon as I get my copy of it, I'll present it to you. Oh, by the way, let me go ahead and show you that certificate. Okay, here it is. This is the package you receive after you complete your career readiness certification given at Gaston College. And here's the brochure that I received at the Employment Security Commission located in Gaston, North Carolina. Now, while I was there, one of the so-called instructors to put you through the course said that even though you may pass this CRC career readiness program, it don't necessarily mean that you're gonna get a job. That's something to say when you're in a room filled with unemployed individuals trying to find a job, so you can get an income and pay the bills. It shows you the way they really feel about a lot of these programs. Well, this is a little chart I want you to take a look at right now. It's in the gold, and it gives you the now you can see it real close right there, and you can read it. It says CRC, reading for information. If you get a level 5, it's gold. If you get a level 4, it's silver. If you get a level 3, you get a bronze. The same thing in locating information and applied mathematics. And as you see, it's given at Gaston College. Now, I made in my reading for information, I made a level 4, which is a silver. And locating information, I made a level 4 again, which is also a silver. But in applied math, I scored a level 3, which is a bronze. Now, what they'll do, they're not going to give the highest levels. If you get a level 3 in math, they're going to bring all of it down to a level 3, which is a bronze. And if you take a look at my certificate, which is right here, that's exactly what they're done. That right there is a bronze certificate with my name on it. Career Readiness Certificate. On the back, you can see what they've done. They've run all of it down to level 3. You got Applied Mathematics, level 3. You got Located Information, level 3. And you have Reading Information, level 3. But I have right here the original exam scores. Now, like I said back in December, I'd already passed Reading for Information. And as you can see, it says right there, Reading for Information. Level score 4. That was back on December 14th, 2010. At the same time, if you take a look at this one, Applied Mathematics. Score 3. This one actually a retake because as you see at the top it says January 13th, 2010. But in Located Information, if you take another look, that is Located Information. Now, this is the final exam now. I made a 75, which is a level 4, which is silver in Located Information. And the date is January 13th, 2011. Now, the only reason the math says January 13th because I basically retook the math to see could I get a higher score. I only got 1 point higher, but I passed it the first time. The only thing I wanted to do is go back and take Located Information in order to get the certificate. Now, this certificate, but you got a bronze star on there, really doesn't mean anything because once you go apply for a real job, you get an assessment test again. It's like you're taking all this stuff you see that's in the program, you're taking it a third and fourth time. You have to take an assessment test, take another exam, and then you have to go through another interview process just to get hired. It's like they're taking you to an obstacle course or something just to get employment. Now I can understand they want to make sure you can read and write and have some basic math, but most of the jobs I've had, which has been entry-level jobs, and I had one supervisor position, but when it came to math, we used calculators because they really didn't want you trying to come off the top of your head and get an inaccurate amount. Use the calculator, and then use your head. If it's the same, then you know you're pretty much right. But like I said before, I wasn't taking this course to appease Gaston College or anybody else. I was doing it for myself, to get myself access to the 21st century workplace. Because the more you know, the further you go. At least that used to be the old motto, not anymore. And I noticed one of the students there, in a scornful way, she said, well, this basically going to, it's only going to pretty much affect older people. And I said to myself, why are they trying to beat up older people, 55 and older? When they have to work too, they could pay bills too. What is their dislike towards the older workers? To me, it's disgusting. I'm 47 years old. When I get in my 50s, I have to go through the same thing. And I was looking at this report on the news, and it said, if you've been out of work for more than 3 years, don't apply. I said to myself, here we are going back and taking all these courses to get ourselves ready for the 21st century marketplace so we can re-enter the workforce and get a job, and they tell us not to even apply. All this certificate program is for Gaston College to get funding and grants. They don't give a rat's behind about the students. It's the program to benefit them, not you. But like I said earlier, when I was the Employment Commission located on Bishopton Road in Gaston, one of the people that said, well, you can pass the course, but it don't necessarily mean you're going to get a job. That's the wrong thing to say, like I said before, in the front of a room filled with people who are looking for a job to support themselves. That's the wrong thing to say. But they don't care. Because all it's doing is bringing benefits to their pocket, not yours. That's why a lot of them try to cut off unemployment benefits so fast, because it's not benefiting them. It's benefiting the worker who's out of work. They're not getting anything. And they hate to see you get it, even though part of that money comes out of the taxes you pay. part of that goes towards unemployment benefits. That's your money. But you see how quick things are changing in America, and how they like to try to beat up older workers and use age as an excuse to prevent you from working. And hope you're having a pretty good year. I am. I put a lot of applications in. Still working on my animated film Police. It's nearly completed. And like I said earlier, my film Hate Gate's been put on hold. I'm also still working on Domino Age 3, Wasteland, A Path to Destiny, which will be completed unless I decide to go back and do some more changes, which I've been doing a lot of. And like I always say, my favorite motto is this: never give up. Because in the end, you're responsible for who you become. They can talk about your age, your race, your gender. Doesn't make any difference. Eventually, we're all going to end up in the grave. And whether you be good and evil depends on which way you go, up or down. But I always try to keep a positive attitude about everything I do. And when I get a challenge in front of me, I go after it, get as much knowledge as I can, and pursue it. Just like I've done with this. But this certificate doesn't mean anything if they're not going to honor it. It's just a piece of paper with my name on it, with a bronze little sticker right there. You remember those gold stars and blue stars and silver stars you used to get back in kindergarten in the first grade? That's what it reminds me of. Now, this is supposed to be a college course, graded on a college level. But we're getting little gold bronzes and little silver bronzes and little bronze, stuff like that. I mean, just little levels that you're doing. It's supposed to be a college level. Make sure to think on it. Well, thanks for listening. I just wanted to update that a little bit, and hopefully, like I said earlier, my movie Police, which is I'm working on now. You've seen it before. This is the thing I'm working on. On this computer. It's gonna take a little while for it to render. All I need is 120 frames, and already it's been rendering for 6 hours. Yep. All I need is 120 frames. It's been rendering for 6 hours. Basically because of the high graphics. I mean, in this film, I want to try to get it's the highest graphics as possible, because I want to get the best quality of film, best sound, and best acting. I mean, I always try to do some good acting in my films to make it more believable. And hello to all the guys out there on YouTube who support my films and been viewing and give me ratings, both the good ones and the bad ones. Because even though some of them try to use destructive criticism, I use that too. I use it right along with the constructive criticism. I mean, I take both, crunch it up, gobble it down, and when I put it back out there, it's gonna be positive, not negative. You may find that funny or weird or bizarre, but however you want to look at it, that's up to you. Because in the end, we're responsible for who we become. My name is Willie Jr., and this is Easterj Films and Books. Peace.